Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Our land of India, that is Bharat, is a land of spirituality, divinity, contemplation, and metaphysics. From age immemorial, we have seen lot of seers, philosophers, saints, meditators, yogis. They have walked our land from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Gujarat to West Bengal. And each and every act or ordeal in daily life is somewhere connected to the upliftment of humanity. It can be a small ordeal. Amongst that, we have selected one particular act or ordeal what every Sanatana Dharmi, that is a Hindu, follows. That is wearing kumkum in between the eyebrows. So it is a general belief that wearing kumkum on the forehead, especially in between the eyebrows, is nothing but a symbol of religion. That is, it symbolizes Hindu religion. Is it true? Or is there anything beyond religion, beyond nationality, beyond caste, creed, gender, and other things? We shall try to understand that today. Here, basically, we will have to decipher two things. One is kumkum, and second thing is why always it is put between the eyebrows. These are the two things which we will have to understand very clearly. As said, it is a general belief that it belongs to Hindu religion. Is it true or not? When you study such kind of act or ordeal in our Sanatana Dharma, our Sanatana Dharma is beyond religion. You can't equate the word dharma to religion or caste. Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the whole universe, we think, we feel and we practice, is filled of Sanatana Dharmis, nothing more. Everybody are our brothers and sisters. This is how it is. Now we shall come to the subject directly. By revealing this subject, actually, I am going to give out a highly guarded yogic secret to all people. So, be all ears to receive this knowledge today. First of all, the kumkum is put between these two eyebrows here, just center. This is called as Bhru Mukuti or Bhru Madhya, means between the eyebrows. As per the yogic lore and yogic culture and yogic practices, our subtle human body has 7 chakras. Those are Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agna, and Sahasrara. Muladhara is at the base of the spine. Sahasrara is at the crown of the head. Agna is between these eyebrows. It is just here. The word Agna means to give orders, to dictate, to control. Now we will just understand what we are doing by keeping kumkum there. As I said, you all people very well know, you have information about that, about one thing called as Kundalini Shakti. In English, vaguely it is translated or transliterated as serpent fire. It is not equivalent word to Kundalini. Where does Kundalini reside? That particular energy or power resides at the base of our spinal column, that is called as Mula Adhara Chakra. Mula means root, Adhara means support. So, The base supportive chakra is called as Muladhara chakra. And it goes on saying that it is like a serpent which coils 3.5 times, and it is in a stupor, it is in deep sleep there. The whole essence and practice of any yoga for that matter culminates in awakening that Kundalini Shakti, the power of Kundalini, the energy of Kundalini. And as the Kundalini ascends from Muladhara to Swadhisthana to Manipura, then Anahata, then Vishuddha and Agna, and it culminates in Sahasrara Chakra. We shall not go into those details today. So this is the basic thing which we will have to understand as of now because of today's subject. So how do we awaken that Kundalini? How does that happen? People are trying a lot about this. A lot of books have been released. There are a lot of videos. There are a lot of discourses going on. So, but they have missed out a very important point. It is like all the practices are like putting zeros, but we forgot to put a prefix number there. So, how many ever zeros we write on a paper, it carries no value. But prefix, if there is just if you put 1, these 5 zeros will become 1 lakh. 6 zeros will become 1 million. So, as I already said, Agna means which gives order. Without Agna chakra's order, the Kundalini or any other chakra doesn't work, or it is not tapped, or it doesn't illuminate. The real yoga sadhana should always start from this Agna chakra. You will have to energize that chakra, and only by energizing that, what happens? The Kundalini starts awakening, or it gets awakened and it travels through the Sushumna Nadi. This is the whole idea of yoga. Now I will give a simple example so that it will be better for us to understand this process. If Muladhara, if you compare that to a cracker or a flower pot, how does a flower pot work? It will be like this. And Muladhara is the base of your flower pot. And where is the fuse of the flower pot or the cracker? It is always on the top of it, right? So likewise, unless and until Agna is tapped, nobody can arouse their or awaken their Kundalini. Please understand this point very clearly. Let me be very clear and explicit about this. So, if Muladhara is your cracker, which you want to implode or explode or burst so that it awakens, your fuse of awakening or lighting that particular cracker or your flower pot is at your Agna chakra. Unless and until you light or you just place some fire here or you generate some heat here, the Kundalini is not awakened at any given point of time, however sadhana, whatever sadhana you do. So, Kumkum is a kind of substance which is always kept here. We wear it here. It is one kind of symbolism to say that, yes, I am lighting up the fuse of this particular Kundalini so that as it goes on and goes on and goes on, one day the Kundalini Shakti erupts. It starts moving up the column of Sushumna Chakra. This one part is only symbolism. And second thing is the practical application of this yogic practice. Keeping Kumkum is not religion. It is a pakka yogic practice. You will have to understand this. Why it became a symbol of Hinduism, a Sanatana Dharma is a simple reason. Long back, or from ages, the whole of India or in the whole of our this subcontinent, everybody were yogis here. Everybody used to practice yoga. They were all philosophers. They were all saints. So, by practice it became like that whoever people came across them, saw them, spent some time with them, thought This is an ordeal just what we will have to continue in the upcoming days, and they started doing this. And mind you, keeping kumkum in between the eyebrows is not just for females, it is mandatory for everybody in yogic culture and yogic heritage. You will have to understand this very clearly here. So just by kumkum, what does it mean? There is a certain way of and certain amount of kumkum which has to be put here. And nowadays the kumkum what we are getting, how it is prepared is only two kinds. One is chemically prepared red substance, it is a red powder. Or second one is it is prepared out of turmeric and limestone. These are the two varieties what we are getting as of now. But whereas as per the yogic culture, heritage and lineage, this preparation of kumkum is entirely different. Kumkum means it is not a red powder. It is a particular substance which has to be prepared in a certain way to do this certain job and dedicated job of it to produce a certain kind of heat, energy. It is not a physical heat, mind you. Please understand this. Try to understand this thing. It is not heat what you physically feel here. It is a subtle heat which lights up the fuse here, Agna. Then that signal is straight away taken to the Muladhara chakra. And in Muladhara chakra, this Kundalini Shakti, who is sleeping as a serpent coiling around there is a thing called a Swayambhu Linga there. We shall not go into those details. We will talk about that thing later. As of now, just simply understand this. Coiled around the Linga 3.5 times, it is in deep sleep there. You will have to awaken her. How do you awaken her? He is just giving a tap or creating some heat around her. This is called as Kandarpavayu in Yoga Shastra. And when this fuse in Agna is lit, that heat is carried away inside, deep inside, and there what happens, there it creates a certain kind of heat. It is a calculated and it is a kind of eternal heat which it is produced or which it is going to produce there. And thereby what happens is Kundalini is disturbed and she starts ascending through the Sushumna Nadi. And this is not the kumkum what we daily get in the shops or what we prepare at home, as I said, by using turmeric or lime. As a symbol of this culture, you can wear this. There is nothing wrong about that. But if you want to reap the results of yoga, no, this is not the thing what we are going to use. So then how it is done? What does it mean? You will have to resort to a learned guru, competent guru, who has a parampara, who has a lineage of guru parampara in him. A guru, paramaguru, parameshti guru, paratpar guru. Like this, the lineage goes on and on and on. Like son, father, grandfather, great-grandfather. Akin to that, there is a guru parampara for each and every guru or a yogi. You will have to resort to his lotus feet, learn this technique of preparing kumkum, or pray and get kumkum from him or her, and then start wearing this between your eyebrows. Then what happens? It might happen in 1 month, or maybe in 1 year, or maybe 10 years. It depends on the practitioner's mentality, what he has in mind, and the intent about doing yoga practice. The more vigorous your intentions are, more subtle it is, and more one-pointed it is, the results are like this. It is in a jiffy, it will happen in a jiffy. But definitely it is going to help you. And you might ask me, so many people are doing this. So does it really work? It has worked for so many people till date. And definitely it will work. But you will have to understand this particular thing. The kumkum has to be a real kumkum. It is not red powder. Time and again I am repeating this. You will have to learn to prepare such kind of kumkum, or you will have to procure that kumkum. The synonym of kumkum is nothing but fire. It is not a physical fire that which we are going to put here. It will burn you up. Beware of that. Don't ever try this. It is only the kumkum which is the safest and easiest way to tap into the universal energy of Kundalini, which resides in the Muladhar of each and every living being on this earth, or in the multiverse, you can say. So, to sum up what we understood, or what we should understand, is putting on kumkum, wearing kumkum between two eyebrows, is not just a symbol of Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism. It is an act, it is a practice, it is a kriya, it is an ordeal which is done to awaken the Kundalini Shakti. We will have to understand this very, very, very well. So, anybody, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, nationality, gender, are welcome. They can, they should, they must, they are ought to wear this kumkum if at all they want to progress in the field of Yoga Shastra or yoga practices. This is definitely going to give extraordinary results. So this is the logic, and this is the deduced thing of wearing a kumkum. It is not a blind belief, or it is not just a symbol of Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. It is the purest form of yoga practice which is done in every household even today in India. Of course, we have forgotten why we are doing. That is okay. Whether we know why we are doing or what we are doing, that is different. But simply by doing it, it is going to yield results. You will have to understand this very clearly. But the ingredient, what we are wearing as kumkum, that is one particular thing which we are making a very big mistake. If this is corrected, or this is learned from a competent guru, that is going to give extraordinary results. So try to approach a guru, learn this technique of preparing and wearing kumkum every day, and down the line, or if you are a sadhaka or who is doing a yoga kriya to awaken your Kundalini, this is going to act as a catalyst in your practice. So may the goddess Kundalini bless everybody with the results of total ecstasy, joy and happiness. Let us all wear the real kumkum, which is symbol of yoga, not religion. So be blessed by the spiritual divinity.